Yo, what up? It's your boy. We're back at it again for another Super Bowl update video. So this update was like usual, shorter than usual, but there is a lot of quality of life stuff, which I think is what hold this one together. So let's just jump right in, right? Starting with the Digimon, we actually have like 5 new Digimon, but only 2 of them really, pop up. Falcomon, you can now level it up to champion with Beckmon. So just level 15, nothing too special about it. I also haven't heard if like Pac-Man has many good PvP usages, but just going over its skills, there's like a wind element skill and a steel element skill that has a bleed, which is quite unique, right? So then at level 50, Pac-Man can now evolve into Yatagaramon. And yeah, Yatagaramon has some really nice animations. It's a pretty decent Digimon. And if you do happen to get this Digimon, keep an eye out. I think his Mega might be coming soon. Now, with Yatagaramon here, he's like also average stat Digimon. He has a little paralyze, or rather, shock skill, because shock doesn't really stun, it just does damage, right? And that's it for the actual playable Digimon. For the other list of Digimon that you can get this update on, we also have a Renamon, which is Renamon's little baby. There comes from green eggs, and then you can get this Digimon on blue eggs, which is Pokemon. So yeah, can also hatch it from blue eggs, and it is a line that goes 100% into Renamon, so this can be good for the future. Besides that, we also have this baby too, called Shoutmon. You can get him from Puamon and Pichimon if necessary, and he goes into Falcomon, which is pretty decent. I think it's the highest percentage chance to get you Falcomon out of all the currently available lines. And yeah, that's basically it for the new Digimon dispatch. On the cash shop, I do have to notify you for a few things. So first things first, there's a recipe for Witchenly stones. Added to the cash shop is 625 crown, but you don't have to get it from here. I'm gonna go over all the intricacies with this system really quick. And we also have a little package that was added this update. Growth package in abundance, I think that's what the name is, like the name directly translates to. And it's just like magic beads, the teddy bear, extra cradles, and 2 Dormon trees, 3 Mon trees, and then blenders and sprinklers, so... Or watering cans, right? The eggs on this rotation are going to be Biomon and Gorimon, so yeah, you can get those if you want. And there's also a sale going on currently. I believe the sale will go on until September 26th, or until items sell, whichever happens first. One thing to mention about this promo actually is that it's a really good way to get like holy rings for cheap. And yeah, that's about it for cash shop stuff, I believe. Moving on from this, right, I do have to mention that we got a new season pass starting. The final reward is the evolution item power box, so the one that has the Imperial Dramon cars or the Belzamon evolution item. You can expect this item to go cheaper. And there's also links into my next point, which is we had some like quite a bit of quality of life changes. I'm just gonna go over them like lightning round. So the main thing, first thing, is that now on the Dismantling items tab, we have this selection here. The second tab that was added, this one is like equipment, this one is costume, and this one is other items. And let's say you have a bunch of equipment items, like for example I have 2 rings here. You can select equipments and select the rarity variant, and all the items will be set, like automatically sent to be destroyed, so you don't have to like filter through everything every time, right? And this button will just destroy all the items, so, you know, just saves time. Good quality of life things. And like I mentioned, this other tab is for costume, and the other tab is for other items, right? And down here you can select the rarity, right? There's also a button to cancel as you can see here. It just cancels everything in case you select something wrong. And yeah, that's the new change. The other new quality of life change that you should know is that now for every box item, like let's say this food boxes or rift items, you can select how many you want to open at the bottom. You can even like write the number, and it will, if you just like spam 9s or any number a bunch of times, it's just gonna set to the max, right? And you can open boxes multiple at once using that, which is pretty good. Now, the next thing to talk about is the Witchenly stone system, and I think I'm gonna do like a separate little video about it. While it is short, I still think it's like a kind of in-depth explanation that I would think it deserves its own little stream time, right? But you should know that they are here. There are 2 recipes. You can get the recipes from the OFD or the Rift Exchange back there, the Biomon or Tentamon. So you get these Witchenly Stone fragments, and then you can reroll, or rather use 60 fragments to try and craft 1 stone. There's like a tradable and not tradable version. And the Mega Potential 5 stones, they are found down on this hill, so on the raid exchange, so you can exchange for that using the weekend raid points. And then using the stones and the items that you get from deleting other Mega Potential stones, the Mega Potential 4 stones, they give 4 stats. You can also get these Mega Potential 5 stones crafted, right? Now, important things about this that you should know. Crafting max level has been raised to 170 after this update. And the other thing that you should know, you can get these stones in tradable and non-tradable versions, so, you know, I imagine that for some people those are gonna be very, very valuable. And another big change, this one is massive, and you should know this and remember this, is that they changed the type chart, the attribute chart for the game. And now, unknown type Digimon are weak to free type. And free type is strong against unknown. So Imperial Dormon just got a lot of value added to him since he's the best free type Digimon that we have currently. Just shot up to meta status, and you can like, with really high investment, you can one-shot Infernmons on the Infernmons 97 that people used to farm. But now it's really easy to two-shot them, so yeah, you can expect that to change how the game like works and how the economy works greatly in the coming days. Another thing that is important that I mentioned, this one is related to the Battle Pass and guild missions. They removed or greatly reduced the amount of enemies they need to defeat, and they've removed the missions that require you doing more than 1 ranked PvP a day. So you will be playing, like, you'll be like more expected to play a bit less to get the content done, which is probably a godsend for casual players. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And for the guild missions, they also lowered the amount of emotes you have to do and things you have to do for those missions as well. Now let's go over the events, right? Before we get started, I will mention that my previous video has all of the ongoing events, so I'm just gonna mention them by name, and you can just go to the previous video and look at them. There's a Maramon Summer event that you do in the Gear Savannah, right? And the Wizardmon event, which is the one related to boosting the crafting level for beginners, right? Which is still going until September 12th for both. Now, as for new events, we have the Wizardmon Witchenly event, which I'm just gonna put some footage of me doing the event, because it is a very short and very sweet event. Basically, the event consists of doing talking to him and doing fights, right? On these fights, he is going to be giving you like 20 enemies to defeat. First 20 rookies, then 20 champions, and then 20 ultimates. And every time you finish those fights, he's going to ask you to go back to the city and use the anvil here to make materials for Witchenly stones, right? So just giving you an example of what you need to do after you defeat the enemies. Just gonna go here. You're gonna look for the stone that he gives you. It's basically like a skill cube like this one, but it says event in Korean after it, and the items they get from destroying it are different. And as soon as you destroy it, the quest will proceed, so you don't have to like worry too much about it, right? And after you defeated all the enemies that he described and obtained all the stones that he asked you to, he's gonna give you a daily quest that it's really easy. It's basically just like defeat 5 of the enemies that I asked you to defeat earlier daily, 5 of each, and you get more skill cubes to destroy, so you can try crafting more Witchenly stones. It's a good event to get the people introduced to the system. It's also pretty decent to help people leveling like their crafting, at least for the crowd on the late game. And lastly, we have this event that I actually forgot to do on the first day, but I'm actually gonna do it right now, which is on the last tab of the logging rewards. You now have these leaves, and you get 6 per day. And the event is called Nameless Leaf Event, basically. But you get your leaves, and then on the crafting menu there is this clover that you can try making. On weekends you will see double the amount of clovers, which is pretty good, right? You can also be aware that this costs 77,777 bits, right? And this event is luck based. It's basically an event where you gotta pray that you get unlucky, because every time you fail on craftings and crafting items, you will actually get like progress on this event. As you can see, I just obtained a recipe and I got an achievement from crafting the item, and now I'm gonna learn said recipe. So now we got this crafting a 0 unit using the 1 leaf clover, the 146 leaf clover that we got, right? And we're gonna try and hope to get this, but if we don't, it is still okay. And there will be points on this event that you kind of hope you don't get the things. It's a little bit complicated, but it'll make sense right on after this little crafting section is done. So whenever you craft the item, like you just get the reward as is, but when you fail it, you get the Faded Leaves item. So as you can see, I managed to get the item, and that wasn't really good because it doesn't progress the event, but like you can see that the recipe has a 60% success chance, and you really want to fail that. If you do, you get access to the next recipe. And this keeps going. Eventually, there's like a chance to get a champion car, I believe, at the end of this event. And there's also achievements related to another achievement that you can get, like related to getting, I believe, the last recipe. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, that's the gist of this event. It's a weird take on luck, but the event will be here for a little while, so, you know, do your best to complete it as much as you can. And yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I know that the stream schedule has been spotty recently, but I also want to say thanks to everyone that's supporting it, you know. Also, if you're interested, you can become a member on the YouTube channel now. You know, help me directly. Does go a long way. And yeah, see you guys on the next one. Bye bye.